You're listening to KOSARadio.org, a special edition of Make That Change called Senior Send-Off, where we honor all of the great seniors who are going to be leaving us this year. My name is Ben Rotenberg. I'm your host. I'm here with the very wonderfully talented...
Daisy Yang.
Daisy Yang.
Hello.
Daisy, what emphasis are you in?
I'm an instrumental.
And what in instrumental do you do?
I play classical guitar.
Ooh, fancy. So, okay, what's the difference between a normal acoustic guitar and a classical guitar?
Oh, they're very different. So the classical guitar actually has nylon strings, while the acoustic guitar has like metal strings, I guess I want to say. Yeah.
How much does that affect the sound? A lot?
Oh yeah, it makes it like, okay, so the acoustic guitar is like a little more metallic sounding, a little more like eerie, but the classical guitar has like a very like mellow and like soft sound.
And in what context would you play the classical guitar?
Spanish finger plucking, maybe some gypsy jazz if you really wanted to, but mainly just like your simple Bach pieces and everything.
For sure. So you were just telling me that you came in freshman year.
Yes.
Was your first year at OSA, and have you always been in classical guitar?
No, I actually started off in rock. I started off playing rock in my electric guitar actually, and then entering OSA, did I want to start playing classical.
What made you want to make that switch?
Finger plucking in classical helps with a lot of rock and actually metal in soloing as well. Yeah, the technique that you play.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So tell me, how does one play the classical guitar? Do you play it differently than you would play an acoustic? Like when you actually play it?
Oh yeah, so you don't actually strum the classical guitar unless you are doing like some mariachi or something like of such, and you also like hold it differently. You actually hold it like propped up.
Really?
Instead, the acoustic guitar you like hold it on your lap. The simple version.
So you were in more of a rock emphasis of guitar when you first came.
Yeah.
And then you made a switch to classical guitar. So what does your average day in instrumental look like?
My average day in instrumental, well, we first start off with sectionals, and that starts off with like warm-ups, playing scales, the chromatic scale, and then we start working on our solos for like an hour or two, and in the last hour of the day we work on ensemble, which is like a group guitar thing.
So a lot of us don't know what most of those words you use were. What is the chromatic scale?
So the chromatic scale is basically where you just go all the way up the fretboard using, like, it starts off on the first fret to the fifth fret, if I remember.
What are frets for those of us who don't know?
The frets are the part of, like, the little squares on the neck of the guitar that are, like, make the notes happen.
They make the notes happen.
Yeah.
Very important job. So you play all of them on this scale?
You go up, so, man, you're really getting me there. You basically go up with all four fingers on each string until you hit the top of the neck of the guitar, basically, where the body is.
Where the body is. So wait, what's the top and what's the bottom of the neck?
So there's the body of the guitar, which looks like is that weird shaped,
So that's like where the sound emits from.
Yes, and then the neck is the long where the fretboard is, and then the head is where the tunings are.
For sure. So you play a lot of scales, and then you do group work. So what does that look like when you all come together?
Well, group work, usually our teacher, Mr. Kokmakov, will hand us a sheet of paper, maybe like 2 songs that he has us sight read, and then we decide on which song we think sounds best, and then we'll keep on practicing that one, making improvements until performance day is ready, we perform the one that we chose.
So how often do you have performances?
We have probably around 4 performances every year.
Mm-hmm. And is that like as just guitar players, or is that with other musicians or other musical instruments in your emphasis too?
We actually just started playing duets with the flutist.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah,
that
so
sounds cool.
It used to be only guitar players, but now it's both flute and guitar.
So do you do a lot of that interconnection between musical instruments, or mainly you just stick with guitar?
Well, mainly we just stick with guitar. I feel like it will be an ongoing thing, but so far we've just stuck with guitar.
So you're in classical guitar now. You're a senior. How much guitar work do you do outside of school?
Well, I do practice 2 hours every day out of school,
Wow.
including private lessons on Mondays.
So you're still taking lessons now, even though.
Of course, of course.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think you'll ever stop?
I don't think so. I think guitar is like a really big passion of mine.
So you still have stuff that you continue to learn.
Of course, you like learn something new every single day in
Really?
guitar. Yeah.
So there's never like an ending point.
Oh no, you see, like you're always learning something every day. If it's a new piece, maybe like technique, anything.
What are your favorite types of pieces to play?
My favorite type of pieces, I really like Hispanic finger plucking, because it helps with my like metal solos, or maybe even like rock. It helps with rock actually a lot more than people think, but
Really?
I just really love the sound of like Hispanic finger plucking and like mariachi sounding. So
Mariachi, yeah. See, that's a cool one that I don't think about that often. I don't think about people. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say there. But so do you play a lot of rock as well, or
I do.
Are you in a band?
No, I really want to be though. I'm hoping to be in college.
Have you ever been in a band or no?
I have been in a band before.
Rock band?
Yes, the name was Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink.
Yeah, from Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So you have 4 performances a year. Are there any performances left?
Yeah, we actually have one more concert coming up next Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where can we see this concert?
It is I think it might be in the Black Box.
Do you know what time?
No, I do not know what time, but we can find it on the OSA website.
Yeah, go to the OSA website to see the, what's it called?
It's called Guitar Night.
Guitar Night. Very straight to the point.
It is not only classical guitar, but it's also jazz as well.
Okay, cool. Do you play any jazz guitar?
I do, but I'm not in the jazz emphasis.
Mhm.
Just outside of school.
So you play classical guitar, you play rock guitar, you play jazz guitar. Is there any type of guitar you don't play?
Gent.
Gent. What is gent?
It's like speed metal to the max, 100%.
So, okay, you play a lot of different genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you listen to a lot of different genres of music?
I do. I definitely appreciate all types of music. I have a really big open mind to any kind.
Do you have any favorite artists or bands?
Yeah, I really favor System of a Down and maybe a little bit of Dick Dale.
Yeah. How do you feel about Guns N' Roses?
Oh, they're okay. I'm not a huge fan of Guns N' Roses, but I would listen to them.
So Dick Dale, would you say is your favorite guitar player?
Yeah, I would. I would consider him one of my favorite guitar players.
For those of you listening who are sensing the tension right now, a few of us got into a very big argument about the best guitar player. I actually don't really know Dick Dale that well. What have they done?
If you haven't know the song Missourlou, it was in the back of... It was the musical part of the Black Eyed Peas song, Pump It Louder, Pump It Louder.
I definitely recognize the song. I don't know if I remember the musical
It
part
was
of it.
also in the Pulp Fiction.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like he was the one who did like the double picking of the guitar, which was like a huge thing in this time.
What's that? What's double picking?
It's basically where you're taking the picking of the guitar and you're basically going as fast as you can, which is creating like almost like a vibration sound in the guitar instead of like a regular like strumming.
So it's like strumming but on one string?
It can be on, yeah, basically like one concentrated string and it's going like super, super fast.
That's interesting. That sounds really hard.
Yeah, he's a great guitarist for that too.
Better than Slash?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I gotta say.
So Dick Dale, what was the other band that you mentioned? Or what was the band that you mentioned?
Oh, System of a Down.
So for those of us who don't know, including myself, what is that?
It's a Armenian band
Oh.
that plays metal, and they're actually pretty good. They sing about not just like love; they sing about like problems in politics and everything.
So do you ever compose music, or do you just play, or do you both?
I write a little bit of like music, not too much.
And do you write, what type of music do you write?
I mainly write like blues.
Blues, really?
Yeah, I find them most fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool actually. So you have a show coming up not this Thursday, but the next Thursday.
Yes. That is
do you
correct.
have a senior thing with Instrumental that you're doing, or?
Since it is jazz and classical performing, the seniors can only play so many songs in such a packed show. So there's only like 4 seniors.
Really?
In the whole guitar thing.
Really?
Emphasis, yeah, jazz and classical. So they'll only play like maybe like 1 or 2 songs each.
Are you playing? What are you playing?
I'm gonna be playing the Mafioso, also known as the Godfather song. Yeah.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. What did you choose that piece, or were you given that piece?
Yeah, you know, I'm a huge fan of the movie The Godfather. Only the first one though, because the other ones are not that good. But
you don't even like the other ones at all?
No, I mean I watched them all, I own them all, but they're not. You know, they got a little.
I've definitely never heard somebody say the other ones aren't good. I've definitely heard people say that they like the first one, but not.
All right, let me recorrect my
Yeah, you're gonna get fought if one's on air. Miss Thompson's gonna fight you.
I think that the first one is the best one, and all the rest of them are good, but they do get kind of like old towards the end, you know?
You heard it here first, folks. Francis Ford Coppola doesn't know what he's doing.
Please don't fight me.
Don't fight Daisy, just because you hate the Godfather movies.
I don't hate them.
So, okay, so you chose the Mafioso, the Godfather theme.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything else, or?
I don't think quite yet. I think I might also add in the song called Casi Mambo, which is another Spanish finger plucking.
What's the Godfather theme? What's that? I mean, you can't like hum it for us, but what is it? What kind of genre would that be?
Oh God, you know, it might be like romantic classical kind of. It's like very smooth, very slow. It's just like I think it has its own genre.
It's its own genre.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like pretty iconic.
Oh, iconic.
Yeah.
Well, it is a Godfather movie theme. So okay, let's talk about what you're doing next. What would you say is your OSA legacy? If you had one.
legacy.
What do you think if you leave OSA and people are talking about the work you did, what would they be talking about?
Probably this song that I'm gonna
This
perform.
song?
Yeah.
This is your OSA legacy. No pressure.
Yeah. They'd probably just be talking about how classical guitar is kind of like a family in a way, sort of.
Really?
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, since there's not many classical guitarists, you really get to know like the classmates that you're surrounded with, and you like playing music together. You build this like connection that's like unspoken of. So.
And you said that there's only about 4 seniors, but are there underclassmen in that class too?
Oh yes, there's about only 4 kids in the class of
Oh,
classical
wow.
guitar. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are those kids?
Gus Buttersworth, Kate Kristoff, William, I don't know his last name, but, and
Poulter.
then, pardon?
Poulter.
Olter?
Poulter.
Polter,
Holter.
and then I.
Wow, that's a really small class.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have a lot of one-on-one time with the teacher then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, your OSA legacy is this show. Means you better go see that show if you're listening right now.
I highly recommend it.
So what's next for you? Do you know where you're going to college, or?
I do. I'm actually gonna go to Washington State University
Oh,
in
wow.
Pullman, and I'm minoring in classical guitar, actually.
That's
'Cause
pretty
they-
cool. What's your major?
My major is gonna be biology,
Oh, really?
criminology, yeah.
So you're gonna pursue biology and criminology. That's pretty cool. Is that a double major that you're doing?
Yeah,
So you're doing a double major and a minor?
yeah.
Are you crazy?
A little, yeah.
I guess
Maybe.
you have to be. Wow, that is a lot of work.
I mean, I really want to be a pathologist
Yeah.
assistant.
So what does that mean?
It means that I am the person who's looking at the dead bodies.
Oh, charming.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a doctor, but for the dead, you know? Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's very cool. So Washington State, you said.
Yes.
That's awesome. When do you start? Do you know?
I start August 20th.
That's like almost the exact same time I start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How coincidental, right?
Yeah. No, totally. It's almost like all schools do that.
Really? Whoa. It's crazy.
So are you planning on doing, I mean, you're taking a minor in it, but how much do you think guitar is going to be playing a role in your college career?
I hope it takes like a pretty significant role in my college career, because I really wanted to like start a band as well.
Yeah, well, you can start a band full of dead people.
I can call it the Dead Kennedys. Oh, that was really bad. I'm so
that
sorry.
was bad. And on that note, well, this has been another edition of Senior Send-Off, a special edition of Make That Change. I'm your host, Ben Rotenberg, along with the wonderfully talented Daisy Yang. And you can all listen to us next time on KOSARadio.org, where minds, words, music, and rhymes meet.